Welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast. All the things we didn't get to during the course of the show today. If you listen to the regular podcast, you might have heard Gavin dying at some point in time during the show. Like, you're having a resurgence. You over Thanksgiving got really sick, right?
Thanksgiving, just cough, all that nonsense.
Flu.
Came back.
Yeah,
came back.
There it is.
Had no voice when I showed back up after the holidays.
And then now you don't feel good again.
And now we're just sort of back to a cough, congestion.
And then
tired.
Your wife is leaving tomorrow.
She heads out, in the morning tomorrow.
Does she feel all right?
She feels fine,
Oh,
which
wow.
I would love for. I don't want her to catch a whiff of anything.
Yeah, because she's going away for a weekend of fun, and
But
then
why
you and
is
Bennett.
it that y'all live in the same house and she never gets sick, but you
It's
do?
a great question. And to be honest, I feel like I should have the healthier immune system because I'm the one who drinks the water, takes his vitamins every day, drinks a lot of electrolytes every single day.
That's the problem. You're
You're
trying to live too healthy, man.
Let's go with that.
Yeah, your wife is eating junk food and it's killing everything off that's hurting her.
It's irritating. I don't want to be like this for 4 days of just being Bennett, though.
Yeah, that is hard.
That'll be the harder part. If I get worse than this, that's
when you
gonna be
don't
tough.
feel good and you've got a baby. It's just hard, man. It's so hard.
And
it's
this
not
just was
fun.
so quick after a few months, sure, that's fine. But like 2 weeks, that's baloney.
And Gavin is going to have to perform today.
Because he volunteered to
he
do
did.
trivia.
Back when I felt good.
Yeah, our Christmas
They weren't even asking for it.
No,
he was
this
like,
was- This was team player Gavin.
Yeah.
Wanted to make the Christmas party just a little cheerier.
We used to do like a Christmas party out at night with families and stuff, and I liked it. Like not everybody did, I get it, but I did like it. But then it got changed to like doing like a lunch here at work with just our fellow employees. And Betty Rock, you've hosted for years, have hosted like different games that we do at the Christmas parties, and I think you've hosted one of like the Christmas party games during the lunch thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
I did like an award thing.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, that was good. And so then Gavin, like you said, just like got motivated one day and was like, I'll do trivia. Will there be prizes?
There will be prizes.
I like that. Well, I hope you feel better. And it's going
There
to
will be prizes.
It's going to be team trivia.
Okay.
Okay.
It will be team trivia, so pick your tables
wisely. Okay.
Oh, gosh. Gavin, listen, here's my frustration.
Yeah, I know.
appreciate you, but I don't want to get sick.
I know.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
I know you don't. However, it seems like every time we're about to go on vacation, I end up getting sick.
Yeah.
And I am drinking orange juice. I'm taking my vitamins.
No,
I'm drinking the water.
I have
I'm
felt
eating
the,
my vegetables. And I just, honestly, I want to cry. Because I just don't want it. I don't want it.
I get it.
I have
get
felt
it.
the side-eye anger all day.
I get it.
Okay.
We're gonna be okay. You're doing the work.
That didn't get me far at all.
It didn't get me far either.
Yeah.
And then if I can't, it's like, well, never mind. Okay.
Well, what's the option? He doesn't come in, and then you got to do his job.
Yeah.
So I mean,
know.
it's not a win.
That's
Lose,
the
lose.
thing that they don't tell you about when you work in radio. You work in close quarters with people. So if they get something, you're going to get something.
Yeah.
And then if one person goes down, then someone else has to pick up what they leave behind. But honestly, I'd rather suffer for one day doing your job than suffer for a whole week of my own vacation and not get to celebrate Christmas with my family.
So that sounds like don't come in tomorrow.
I mean, if you're feeling bad, no, don't.
Well, I don't know how we do that then.
I know we couldn't do reindeer games.
Yeah, that destroys that.
But I don't want the flu or whatever it is that he's got either.
Yeah.
I'd rather spend Christmas with my family than play reindeer games.
Yeah.
I'd rather play reindeer games. I'm just
yeah, I don't know. We'll have to figure that out.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, like, and it's going to get worse because we are now on PTO with no sick time. And so, like, when you plan your vacation out, and a lot of companies do that. It's not just this place, but, like, a lot of companies do your PTO. And so your paid time off is sick time and vacation days. But if you plan all your vacation days and you have no sick days left, it's like, or days left for that, you're coming in sick. I mean, everybody's, like, most people probably will. So that's not a good thing either. All right. Well, why don't we do something fun, and let's do your story first, because I have a serious story, and like I wanted Betty to do it, and she's like, I don't want to do that.
About the shooting.
Yeah, about the shooting. So we'll do yours.
Yeah, okay. So it turns out...
And then you need to segue into my shooting story.
Okay, perfect. I will. I'll do it. So it turns out that singles are tired of the dating apps, the dating sites, and I'm right there with them. I gave up a long time ago. And so instead, they're letting their parents take over their dating profiles. So if you've already got one set up, you would trust your mom or your dad to it and see what happens. Now, there are some singles that have tried this, and instead of picking what they think their daughter would want or their son would want, they choose what they think would be good for them. And sometimes that doesn't work out. Like if you chose somebody for your daughter, Wally, it may not be her type though. Like it's hard to say because you're a guy. It's like, how do I choose the right guy for her? You're looking at money, job, religion, all the important things for sure, but looks are probably on the tail end of all that.
No, I would put those in there. Like I definitely, because that's important. I understand that. You know, I'd put somebody equal to her. You know, like this time she married down, whatever. No, I'm just kidding. Like Spencer and her are like, I think they're equal and they're like really cute together. Like he's a great fit for her for sure. And I had always told her, I said, give like the nerdy guy a chance. Like he likes like, you know, video, like he likes online gaming, like computer gaming and stuff and engineering. And so he wouldn't be that person that you would consider like that jock or, you know, the super like, hipster guy, you know, and that's okay. Like, because that's a really good fit for her. So I could see picking somebody like Spencer for her because especially when I see how he treats her, like that's the main thing.
Right. I recently just watched a video on TikTok of this guy that was talking about how it's all over TikTok where there is what is considered a male loneliness pandemic, meaning that a lot of men are complaining that they're lonely. They can't find a woman that will date them, all these things.
I guess women and men both complain about that.
Well, the difference, though, is that this guy was pointing out, and it is true, men found it easier to get married back in the day because women, well, they needed a man to be able to afford anything. They didn't have their own job. You know, they wanted a family. Like, family was a woman's identity and pretty much the only thing she had going for her. Nowadays, women are way more independent. And so they're like, okay, I've got my living situation covered. I've got a career. I've got my money situation covered. Like I could live independently, but I want a companion. Now show me your personality.
Right.
Show me your sense of humor. Show me any type of being able to be emotional and be
and that emotion not being anger.
Show character. Yes. And he said that's my hypothesis on why there is a male loneliness pandemic is because now women are coming to us saying, I'll marry you, but show me some type of character, show me some type of something.
And which we should be doing anyway.
And you have nothing to give her.
Right.
Because
she has everything else.
She's got it all.
It is interesting. You said this. You said like that women in the past, like their family was their identity. You know how men always get like told that your work is your identity, your work's your identity, and you slave to the grind for the work and you know, affect your family. Happens with women too. Their family becomes their identity, and more specifically, their kids. Their kids become their identity, and all of a sudden they start leaving their husband out of things, and their kids go away, and the two of them are lost.
Or it ends up that the husband is pretty much another child that she's having to take care of, and that's the thing too. Like
that's a blessing. Children are a blessing.
Gosh, no, because that's the thing too. I have to remind myself. I see these videos on TikTok, and I'm like, okay, that's a good reminder. I would much rather be alone where I'm at, single, than have a man that I have to constantly remind him to do things, ask him to do things. He can't actively take a role in the household. That would drive me nuts.
I get that because, especially the older you get too, you want people that are independent. You don't have to spoon feed them.
Yeah.
Like the other day, my wife, it was so funny. Our heat had gone out, and I told her that there was a space heater in the garage. My garage, because of all the woodworking I do, is super dusty. That's what I should have asked for Christmas, is a vac system for my wife. Anyway, but I didn't. And so, like, when she brought it into the house and plugged it in, it started smoking because it was burning off that dust. So I said, oh, well, you can fix that by take it back out to the garage, pull the hose out of the ceiling. I have an air compressor, and you can blow all that dust off of it. And so I got home, and I'd called her on my way home, and I was like, how cold's the house? She's like, oh, it's better now with the space heater in the room with me. I'm like, oh, you did that? And she's like, yeah. I went out, I got the hose, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you serious? I was so impressed that she actually went and did that because I didn't think she was going to do it. And then she's like, well, it kind of ran out of air. I'm like, well, she wouldn't know that it leaks down and you have to plug it in, so that's not on her. But the fact that she did it, I'm like, good for you. Like, she's like, I'm not dumb. I'm like, yeah, but that's not the things you do.
But also, too, y'all married young.
Yeah.
And so didn't she go straight from her parents to college to you? Like, she didn't really learn that. I mean, I'm not saying that she's not independent, but she's definitely able to lean on you.
Oh, yeah.
There's been 30-something years of that.
Sure.
And so y'all have built that relationship that works for you. However, on my end, I'm 40 years old. I've had to learn to be independent. I've been independent since day one because I'm an only child. And so I really don't need a man in my life unless he's really going to give me something that makes my life better, has more value.
Absolutely.
And to me, I just have not met every guy I've met has been more like a child. Where it's like I don't want that.
Oh yeah, that's like the prayer that I pray for you, is like bring someone into her life that brings so much to her. And brings so much goodness and brings so much joy. Maybe that's the reason
why I'm still single at 40 is because there's no one able to offer anything.
Let me ask you this, going back to the first part of this story.
Dating with the parents.
Would you trust Danny Ray or your mom to pick somebody for you? Like if they worked on it together. I know you wouldn't trust your dad, Danny Ray, by himself. I don't think you would. Would you? Fascinating.
I think I would.
Interesting. Okay.
I do. I think I would. I think I would trust either one of them.
Yeah.
I know that they have my best interest at heart, and I know that they also my dad comes from that type of like, you got to pick yourself up by your bootstraps, and he like wants a guy that knows how to shoot a gun.
Absolutely.
Knows how to use a tool.
Yep.
Like if he can't do that, and he even said
he's useless.
He can be, when it comes to what a man looks like, he can be, pretty judgy on those things. But he even told me, he was on the phone with me and my friend Dina when we were waiting in the In-N-Out line, and he said, listen, if there's any man out there, you should question his manliness, because there is no man that would be willing to wait 4 hours for a hamburger.
That's funny.
And I was like, interesting. Okay.
I would have done that.
Yeah, see? Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, he raised me on Westerns and John Wayne and Clint Eastwood, and that sets you up to judge every man by that. And I would, my dad would look for that man as well, and my mom would too. So I would trust them. Yeah,
there are TV shows about this where Married at First Sight, where other people, family members, choose the person for this person, and then they have these or did the psychologist choose it? I forget which. There's a couple different versions. But I've always thought that that's not a horrible idea. Now, arranged marriages, I know, get really wonky.
Right.
But, like, instead of an arranged marriage, though, arranged dating, I don't think it's crazy if somebody has the in on somebody that could be a good fit. Yeah. But you have to really trust that person.
Yeah.
What would your trust level compare? Like, take your mom and dad, and then what would it be like compared to if he was the one to make it happen, to choose? You have to. Your life is dependent on him choosing the right person.
Here's what I would say, Wally.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would put you on the list as possible people. Okay. To pick dating partners for me.
Yeah.
However, you wouldn't be at the top of the list. Okay. And you took yourself down a few notches that time you tried to put me with a guy that had a pet tiger.
No, it was a bear. He worked.
No, it was a tiger.
Oh, the tiger guy. Yeah.
And you were like, listen, it's a tiger.
It wasn't Tiger King. Like, see, that would have been a mistake.
I think your radar is a bit off, and sometimes I think too.
Is that a serious one, or was that a?
You would think, listen, if you don't go for the guy that I have picked for you, then it's that's your problem. You're messed up.
Yeah.
Then there's nothing I can do to help you. And I don't think you would hear me out.
I think in the past that is accurate, but I care deeply about you.
I know you do, and that's why I would put you on the list.
And I want nothing more. Again, my prayer for you is for you to have joy and happiness and contentment. And so I literally pray that for you. And I would set aside any of my own personal stuff for you to be happy, you know? And so for me, if I could play a role in that, but then I saw you, it wouldn't be a contest. If I saw you, like you connected with someone that your parents had found, I'm great. All day long, great. I just want you to be happy. I mean, that was the idea behind the dating game thing that I wanted to do, was where other people, women, would nominate somebody that they know, a guy that they know that's single and is a good guy, but because guys nominating themselves is ick, you know. But like another woman that would have your best interest at heart to nominate somebody, I always thought that could be an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, for sure, but it's too out in the open. It's too public
for you. Yeah,
and I don't like that.
That's fine. Yeah, I get.
I'm way more open about everything else in my life.
Right.
I just don't want that.
Well, and that's why,
because people have opinions and they will share them with you, and then they'll judge you and they'll say, "Why? What's wrong with them?" Well, ma'am, it has kind of a pulse.
Yeah,
and he has an anaconda as his pet.
I would not date that.
Yeah, but that person that recommended him would be, they would take it personal as like, you hurt me in the fact that you turned him down. Like, what?
No, I get that.
Like, just leave me alone.
I used to want to dabble in your personal stuff to help, you know, too.
Without being asked.
Yes, I'm an amateur love responder. Okay, and so, but I've seen just over the course of our time that I've seen the hurt that it is there for you, and I've seen the frustration that's there for you, and the seriousness of it. Yeah, you know, because early on when we first met, it was a running joke. You know,
well, I was 21 or 22.
Right.
Yeah, I had plenty of time.
Yeah, it was a running joke.
Yeah.
And so there was a time at which when you and I had a conversation about this, and I realized that I don't crutch on those jokes for you because the last thing I want to do in the world is hurt you. Like, I would never intentionally hurt you. And so, like, I got off of that, and part of that was like, all right, if I have a thought, I'll throw it out there. But then if you're, like, hesitant or resistant or whatever to it, or even an opinion about, like, you dating or singleness or whatever, and if I meet that push, I just stop. I stop, and I'm not offended, I'm not hurt.
Yeah.
Because again, my goal is to not further hurt you. My goal would only be to help you. So anyway.
Speaking of hurting people.
Oh, that's nice. Oh.
Wally, what's the story you have?
Well, there was a shooting in Australia. Wow, that was a really good segue, Rock.
Thank you.
I don't know if I've ever been this proud of you.
Well,
no, there was actually some good news that came out of that disaster. So there was the Bondi Beach shooting that happened on the first day of Hanukkah, which is really weird, too, because Australia has really strict gun laws and stuff. And so you see this going down, and these guys are out in the open shooting people. It's horrific. And I'm always amazed at the amount of cameras that capture this stuff now. I mean, there are people with their cell phones videotaping this and not running and stuff. It's crazy. And so when you see this, it's jarring. And a couple of things struck me. I'm like, I don't know that would happen in Texas, for example. You got two guys out in the open just shooting in Texas. Odds are they're going to get shot. Yeah. Because a lot of people have guns in their trucks or their cars in Texas, you know? And so this one guy, though, was brave. Had already been shot in the arm, I think. Goes in, rushes in, kind of grabs the guy and wrestles the gun out of his hand. The guy falls down. He turns the gun on him, and he doesn't shoot him. I'm amazed by that. Honestly, I'm like, geez, even if, like, you're like, well, I'm not a murderer or whatever, but the adrenaline in that moment of disarming somebody that just unalived a whole bunch of people and shot and hurt people, like, totally justified. But for whatever reason, he didn't. And I think the guy actually ran from that place. Like, I don't think he held him at gunpoint there as I read it.
I don't know. I thought he was captured because of that guy.
I think that he actually was captured later, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I was reading part of that, and it was just it wasn't what I was focused on as far as for this story. But what's interesting, here's a couple of things that were interesting. So it's a 43-year-old guy, Ahmed Al-Ahmed, Australian, and somebody was like, dude, this is amazing. I can't believe you did this. They set up a GoFundMe for him, and it's worth over $2 million now.
That's really good.
So he did the right thing. I love that people said, hey, that is the right thing, and they are rewarding him for that. The Prime Minister of Australia said, Ahmed, you are an Australian hero. You put yourself at risk to save others, running towards danger on Bondi Beach and disarming a terrorist. In the worst of times, we see the best of Australians, and that's exactly what we saw on Sunday night. So on behalf of every Australian, I thank you.
Did you say that he did get shot?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He was
shot
injured
twice.
Yeah, he was already injured and still stayed in the fight, and that's just amazing to me. So it was interesting because this guy, not a member of the Jewish community, okay, he's said to be a member of a Syrian Muslim community, and he works as like a fruit seller in that area, and he used to be a police officer. So I'm wondering, was it in Syria? Was it somewhere else? I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't know all that much about him, but it was interesting that as a fellow Muslim, because this was a terrorist attack on Jews from Muslim extremists, and as a fellow Muslim, he jumped in to disarm these people, which I thought was really interesting. And then it made me start thinking too, it's like, all right, this is a difference though in religions, okay? Because I know a lot of Muslims are peace abiding, and they say it's not a religion of hate and things like that. But I started thinking about this. I'm like, I go to ChatGPT and I'm like, when was the last time a Jewish person committed an act of terror on a group of Muslims? Okay. And ChatGPT was like, I got nothing for you. Like, there's no instance of that in recent history. Now, there have been one-on-one like hate crimes here and there, but even they are so rare. So in a religion that claims to be about peace, there is an element inside of that faith where people can read it and be radicalized because of it, for sure. And they take parts of the Quran to an extreme and they commit these horrible things. And then I think it's really interesting, too, that like the Jewish community, it's like, well, we're believers in God, and in the wake of something like this, we need to forgive, you know? But then inside of the extreme Muslim side of this, it's like these guys would be heralded as heroes for what they did. Like, that is two very stark differences between religious ideologies, you know? And it's the stark difference between Jesus and Muhammad and that faith. The irony of all ironies, though, of this is that theoretically we are still worshiping the same God, like the overall God. The part where it diverts is in Jesus, in big time, you know, and the lineage that Islam came about was through, I want to say Esau. I can't remember. Again, I'm not. I would need to do a little bit more research, but there is a lineage inside of the Bible where it diverts, and that segment started to become the lineage inside of
I do think it was
Islam.
Esau.
I think it was.
Esau, yeah.
And so it's one of those things where it's like, that to me is the craziest thing, because we see Islam and Muslims as very different than Christians or Jewish people. But at the same, we're arguing and we're fighting, and then we're literally murdering people. And it's the same God at the top of that tier. Yeah. It's just what happened after that got really crazy. And it is so sad to me, the place that we have gotten to where we cannot discuss, we cannot coexist without having to say, my God's better than yours. And just let it be, you know, just like, hey, man, this is what I believe. This is what you believe. I want the best for you because of my beliefs, and here's what I believe. And if you believe in this too, then, and I'm right, you go and you get eternal life and everything like that. And if you're right, then okay, so be it. But like, why we end up having to murder each other over this is crazy to me. It's like, I'll let God work that out, in the end. Like, okay, you make the decision, man. Like, I'm free of that decision of who goes to heaven or who goes to hell. That's not on me. All I have to do is love you and love people. If I do those two things, and I do those two things well, then I'm doing what I've been called to do. And that's it. And nowhere in that did God say radicalize somebody. Did he say force somebody into religion? Did he say hate somebody? Jesus said all the opposites of those things, And that's the other thing too, like where we're called to forgive in the unthinkable. I don't know that that's the case otherwise in a lot of other world religions.
Right.
So and even our religion is just like so like dependent on gentleness. Like it's a fruit of the spirit. Jesus says, "Turn the other cheek."
Right.
Like he has no reaction of Jesus's ever led to other than flipping tables, and even that didn't
righteous anger
wasn't
because
hurting people though.
Yeah, and he's frustrated. I've punched a monitor. I am very Jesus-like.
You and Jesus, same thing in that vein.
Okay.
The thing about the righteous anger too is that when he did that, that's a really interesting thing to me because Jesus had a lot of. He dealt with the same. That's the important part of Jesus, and the Jesus part of the component is him being on earth and being tempted, and him experiencing what we experience. And the fact that he got angry enough to flip over some tables tells me that sometimes, if he was perfect and sinless, maybe getting angry isn't a sin per se, but it's got to be for the right thing. Like it can't be at the person that's in the drive-thru. These were people that were making a mockery of God in the temple, and they were profiting from abusing the power and the privilege. And that's what he spoke out against. Jesus was not a friend of the religious aristocracy. He was not. Did he come for them? Absolutely. Could they receive salvation if they repent? Absolutely. He was for everybody in that sense. But the people that he fought with the most and debated with and argued with the most and was the most unlike were the people of the church of the day, which is crazy to me. Yeah. And I think that's why it became too like, hey, man, this is for everybody. I've got to offer this to the Gentiles too because you guys are messing this up. And then it forced Christian Jews of the day, practicing Jews of the day, to be like, oh, wait, this is a very radical message. Now I got to make a decision. So even Jesus inside of Judaism was a delineating point. And he still is to this day because inside of Judaism, they don't accept Jesus as the Savior and the Messiah.
Yeah. And then it's interesting, too, because his was a righteous anger. And anger is not something that is an easy thing to teach the right way to a kid growing up either. Most kids see anger in a way that is, not Jesus-like.
Yeah.
So it's hard. I think it's hard to learn how to be angry. Right way.
If I had a kid that was watching somebody get bullied and got mad about it and intervened, I would be like, good for you. That is a good anger. You're protecting somebody, the least of these. All right, so you got suspended for punching them. I'll deal with that. But I think you did the right thing.
Even within that, though, if your kid went up to the kid who was being bullied and stopped it with a punch, one punch to end the situation, as opposed to if he did that and then he started beating down on the other kid, then you start to say, okay,
still debatable. My dad always told me, he said, I don't ever want you to start a fight, but you can always finish it. Like if you don't ever be the one that starts the fight, but if somebody else starts it, you make sure you finish it. That's how I grew up. And then he realized, oh my gosh, you're 4'11", and so you're just going to spend your life getting beaten up.
He said that before he saw you finish growing.
Yeah.
And then he's regretted it ever since. My dad never explained that to me, but there was never any semblance of me ever. There's no hint of me ever getting into a physical confrontation in my life.
My dad grew up way tougher than me. My dad is Florida man. He grew up in Florida, and he grew up as kind of redneck, and construction family. My dad was tough, and so I'm sure there's days he's like, "Oh, son, Really, with the skinny jeans still? Okay, whatever.
Wanted your mom to bedazzle a rhinestone.
My mom was our
jacket
our
for
costume
you?
designer for
son.
our band Heaven's Fire. And yeah, my dad was not thrilled with that.
I could see that.
All right, do you have any birthdays for us? Because
Cindy-
that'd be a great present, is a bedazzled jacket.
There you go. Cindy wants to wish her daughter Nicole a happy birthday. She said Nicole is turning 34.
Oh, wow.
She turned 34 on Sunday, and she said she's the best daughter, friend, and sister. She always puts others first. She loves to cook and bake, is an avid reader, and loves to watch Dateline in 2020.
Oh, nice.
Nicole, yes, I hear you. I see you. Okay, question mainly, it sounds like for Wally.
Okay.
This one is from Robin. She said, would you rather have free coffee for life or free dessert for life?
Ooh, that's a good question. It's weird. Like, I don't eat a lot of desserts. Like, if we go out to a restaurant, I don't eat dessert. Very rarely.
Yeah, but I see candy as dessert, or
Oh, you
donuts
do?
as dessert, ice cream as dessert, cake as dessert.
Yeah, I'd probably take that. Like, I love coffee, but it'd have to be Dunkin', and then B, it would probably kill me quicker. So I would go with the snacks for sure.
Okay, so you're keeping the snacks, getting rid of the coffee.
Do you ever order dessert when you go out? Like we do at Chewy's because we
rarely.
split it.
Yeah, very rarely, but sometimes we do.
Yeah, because it usually too, like the desserts are like $8, and by the time you've spent all that other money, oh goodness gracious! I think we're talking about this tomorrow. I gotta look and see. I made a huge mistake last night. I went back to Five Guys. Dadgummit.
Oh,
I thought maybe they had
made you
changed. I thought
angry?
maybe they had changed. Then I saw a value meal. I thought maybe they had seen the error of their ways. No, they have not.
What'd it come to?
$25.
For just
For
the
two?
two of you?
Yeah, for two of us. I didn't get a drink or fries. I got a hamburger.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Thank you.
What'd
So,
she get?
She got the burger, their value meal, a burger, fries, and a drink. Hers was over $15 by herself.
Herself.
Yeah.
That's gross.
So I got and then when I walked in, I saw the hot dog say $7.89. I'm like, oh come on.
You should
guys.
not.
Yeah,
should not
$1.50. $1.50 at Costco.
Were there a lot of people there?
No, we were the only ones in
Well,
there.
good. Maybe
I know.
they'll learn their lesson.
I'm telling you, man. I thought maybe. Okay, so again, we're talking about all this. We're going to talk about this on the show about that thing you thought had changed, but hadn't. But then we're going to put a positive spin on it for the show. So yeah, blah. You're my people here on the Aftercast. I can rant and be angry about this stuff. But yeah, it was so frustrating. I could not believe it. And I took it out on the employees, not verbally, but when they're like, your screen's going to ask you a question. I'm like, and I'm going to give it an answer. Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm not tipping for that.
Because they don't even bring you your...
No. I had to
you
walk
have-
up to the counter.
You have to do everything.
I had to fill my drink, walk up to the counter. There's no way.
You
I
have to
cleaned
get
my
your-
table.
Yeah, you have to get your food. You have to bring it to the table. What are we tipping
And
for?
you charge that much for
No.
it? No.
I will say this question. If you're
Yeah.
at a restaurant, we went out for dinner last night and terrible service. Like
Okay.
just we were the only
Yeah.
ones there.
Hate that.
Incredibly slow service. Food kind of like room
Meh.
temperature
Yeah.
ish. Food was good. Like it tasted good, but like service bad. Queso cold, which is it's just cheese.
Ew.
Like put it in a microwave.
Oh, did you
I
go to
don't care.
Moe's?
No. I won't say the name. But
Okay.
I had to take our son home early because he was being himself, and so my wife stayed there, finished her food, and then she left a tip. She said that she left a 10% tip.
Okay.
Do you think that like you if it's
I
bad
still
service?
do more than that.
No, if it's bad
I
service,
do.
like you're not getting rewarded for
Yeah.
not doing a great job.
I hate
And then
myself.
I wrote a bad review today.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
I went for it.
I
They
hate
need to
myself.
learn.
If I have an interaction with somebody and they're not the worst person, they're just busy or not attentive, but they're kind of nice, I'll still tip 15%.
Yeah, they were nice. That's part of the issue is that this woman was kind.
If they're rude,
But-
then maybe not 15%.
Yeah, right.
I'm a
You'd
sucker.
still do it.
I know I hate it, but I don't like for counter service.
But here's the thing. I think we should all judge every place we go to by Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
When you eat inside, those people don't ask for a tip,
No.
and yet they come to your table, ask you if you would like a refill,
Yeah.
ask if they can clean the table for you, ask if you need
And that's why they're
anything,
doing so well.
Come and check on you. Yeah. So why are we tipping these lackluster places
Yeah.
that don't even do the bare minimum
Yeah.
when Chick-fil-A isn't even asking for a tip. They're
I
just
get it.
doing it.
I get it. It's very frustrating.
I would gladly tip at Chick-fil-A.
You know how we talked about the other day? You can tip your Amazon driver. Like you say, hey, Amazon or whatever, Alexa, tip my Amazon driver. I had an Amazon driver that stood. It's 2 steps up to my door. Stood at the bottom thing and threw the package. It was a gift, an electronic gift. Threw it. I have it on my Ring doorbell, so I am going to pull that and write a post for it for tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
That's insane.
but then it just makes me so mad. God makes me so mad sometimes. Because like in the middle, I'm like, okay, I could flame this person and I could take them out and I could write a review to Amazon and do all the things that everyone would do and have the right to do. And then just stupid kindness like got into my soul on this one. And I'm like, all right, just let me pray. Like, did they have a good day and they have better interactions with people? And it just made me so mad at myself. Because I'm like, oh, I want to take this person out because they deserve it.
Yeah.
But right then and there, that's when God reminded me of grace. That's what grace is. Grace is not getting what you deserve.
Meh.
And yeah, I know.
Write the review.
So, I know. So I have to try and write that up today, and I'll post it tomorrow. But anyway, so that's going to have to do it for your Aftercast for today. And as always, thanks for being a potty.